Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Beth and Rip's Yellowstone spinoff Dutton Ranch makes major announcement. The Dutton family saga ended with the Yellowstone Season 5 finale in December. As soon as the story was over, reports emerged claiming a spinoff starring Kelly Reilly and Cole Hauser as Beth Dutton and Rip Wheeler was in the works. But Paramount has been quiet about the future of the Yellowstone franchise. When will the new Beth and Rip sequel premiere? According to a new report from Bloomberg, Sheridan is developing several spin-offs, prequels, and sequels to expand the Yellowstone universe. Paramount currently has 4 in development. The prequel 1944 will continue the Dutton story with a new generation, following the prequels 1883 and 1923, which will stream on Paramount+. There's also a new spin-off due out next year, starring Luke Grimes as Case Dutton and airing on CBS. The Madison is set in the Yellowstone universe and will be part of Paramount+, but it doesn't focus on the Duttons. Instead, there is a new family named the Clyburns, and the series will star Michelle Pfeiffer and Matthew Fox. Finally, there's the Beth and Rip spin-off. The tentative title is Dutton Ranch, and the premiere date might be sooner than fans expect. According to Sheridan, Yellowstone ended about 3 seasons before he planned because of a conflict with Kevin Costner. That means there is more Dutton story to tell, and that could happen in the Dutton Ranch spin-off. The new series will debut on the Paramount Network and Paramount Plus this fall. It's not yet clear how Dutton Ranch will continue the Dutton family story. Fans will recall that the flagship series ended with Case helping Beth and Rip save the ranch by selling it to Thomas Rainwater, Gil Birmingham. Case and his family still stayed on the ranch, keeping a promise their ancestors made, while Beth and Rip moved to a smaller spot near Dillon, Montana. When the rumors started to swirl about a Beth and Rip spinoff, Reilly confirmed the news on Instagram. A fan asked her about the rumors, and Reilly responded, "True." Hauser told People magazine that America had spoken and they still loved Yellowstone. Then he gave fans a little teaser about what was coming next. "Hopefully we can continue to get in people's living rooms and entertain them the way we have over the last 7 years. It looks like Hauser will have that chance with Dutton Ranch, and soon," Hauser said. Yellowstone is now streaming on Peacock. The rest of the Sheridanverse is streaming on Paramount Plus. Tell us, will you be tuning in to Beth and Rip's Yellowstone spinoff? Let us know in the comments over the Montana plains, just as it always had, brushing through the tall yellow grass and whistling around the weathered bones of the Dutton Ranch. But this time, something was different, a shift, a reckoning, a beginning. This morning, Paramount Studios dropped the kind of news that sends shockwaves through the Yellowstone fan base like a shotgun blast in a quiet saloon. Beth Dutton and Rip Wheeler are writing into their own series. That's right. After years of watching their explosive love story simmer under the big sky, fans will finally see what happens when Beth and Rip stop playing second fiddle to politics and power struggles and start writing their own saga. The announcement, Dutton Ranch Resurrection. In a slick teaser released at dawn, set against the backdrop of snow-dusted pines, and that iconic John Dutton voiceover saying, "This land doesn't forgive," the screen fades to black before revealing in bold, rough-hewn lettering, Dutton Ranch Resurrection, coming 2026. Paramount's statement confirms that the spinoff will follow Beth and Rip as they leave the main ranch behind and try to rebuild a life and legacy of their own. The series picks up shortly after the events of Yellowstone's final season, as Rip and Beth make a dramatic departure from the crumbling house of Dutton, determined to forge something new from the ashes. But don't expect them to ride quietly into the sunset. New territory, old ghosts. Set in the rugged frontier of northern Wyoming, where the land is wilder and the neighbors warier, Resurrection isn't about starting over, it's about rising up. Beth, ever the firebrand, has set her sights on expanding the Dutton name in a way her father never dared. A ranch that's not just a family business, but a weapon. A legacy built with both love and blood. Rip, loyal to the bone and lethal with a glance, stands at her side, torn between his desire for peace and the violence he's always carried like a second skin. Together, they buy a broken-down cattle operation, half buried in debt, riddled with rust and full of secrets. As they resurrect the land, they uncover a legacy of corruption, betrayal, and bloodlines tangled deeper than the Duttons ever imagined. And yes, there will be horses, and bar fights, and enough tobacco-spitting wisdom to fill 100 dusty saloons. Who's in and who's out? Confirmed to return, Kelly Reilly and Cole Hauser will reprise their roles as Beth and Rip, with creator Taylor Sheridan back at the helm. Executive producers have promised the spin-off will hold nothing back, and insiders are already calling the script the most raw and unfiltered material Sheridan has ever written. Notably absent, for now, are names like Case Dutton or Jamie, but producers tease possible volatile crossovers in future seasons. And while John Dutton's fate remains officially unconfirmed, sources close to the production suggest that Kevin Costner's involvement is not entirely off the table. A new generation. The announcement also hints at younger characters taking root. The couple's decision to foster, or perhaps adopt, a runaway teen ranch hand, described as smart-mouthed and sharp-eyed, has fans buzzing. Could this be a glimpse at the next evolution of the Dutton dynasty? It's not about making the new family, Beth says in the teaser, staring out over a fence line. It's about protecting the one we never had a chance to be. Tone and themes. Dutton Ranch. Resurrection promises a darker, grittier tone than its predecessor. Think Yellowstone meets No Country for Old Men. The morality is grayer, the stakes are higher, the enemies less obvious and more dangerous. Sheridan says the series will explore what it means to rebuild when everything that defined you is gone. Beth and Rip are scared, he told Variety. But scars don't mean you're broken. Sometimes they're proof you survived. That's what this story is, survival after the storm. Expect sharp dialogue, brooding cinematography, and the kind of intimate violence that made Yellowstone a cultural phenomenon. But there's also room for tenderness, for vulnerability, for the kind of twisted romance only these two can carry. Behind the scenes. Filming begins this fall in Wyoming and remote parts of Idaho. Production has already secured a working ranch as the main filming location, complete with a historic barn that Sheridan insisted remain exactly as it is. "The dirt tells a story," he said. "You don't sweep that away." The music, too, will carry weight. Expect original tracks from country legends and gritty Americana artists alike. Word has it that Chris Stapleton and Zach Bryan are both contributing to the soundtrack.